Hello, I got another video. I'm not well rehearsed, but there's a lot of updates I did this morning. So this morning I started just automating where I left off last time. Uh, let's just go over top to bottom. Uh, so you may notice I got more imports. See, I got a JText area, JField, option pane, label, frame, combo box, button, container, flow layout. These are all GUI, graphical user interface. And you see you got some JText fields. You got a credit card field, security field, wait, shorter wait, no, wait, short wait, shorter wait, sleep length. You'll see where all these will be. These are for like, well, you'll see. I just want to go over the code first. I'm not going to do a demonstration, but I'll show you what all this leads up to. Some labels for the wait, shorter wait, short wait, sleep length, enter credit card, enter security. More global variable. Now you have a array of pre-order or add to cart, the choice of which step you want to start, 0 or 7. The choice strings. Excuse me, this mic, I don't have the sound filter on. So the choice strings, you got which page you want to start off on. If you start on pre-order page, then you want to choose the physical, the digital, or the headset. So a combo box is a drop-down. The URL changes based on what you set your pre-order or the add to cart. Then I was going to do JText array feedback, but I didn't do, stopped it because you got a container now, and I was messing with the dimensions because it's a flow layout, but I don't want to resize it. You'll see it later what it looks like. Got a window just doing the text and the input fields. Then you got a listener for the URL, changes the URL when you change the drop down for which page you want to go on. Then choose which item. So the pre-order, the page drop down won't show if you have it telling it to go to cart. But if you have the pre-order option set, it'll show you a list of which page you want to go to. Action listener. So I got a start button that'll start the Chrome driver. And I separated the steps into their own functions just to make it look nicer. So each step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I also adjusted the pre-order step. So you first have to log in. And I have this right here, step 3. So when you try to press the pre-order button, it's going to check for error. And if error is displayed, it's going to click the error. Then it's going to start the loop again at step 2. So click pre-order button, click error, click pre-order error, pre-order error. And I was able to do that pretty fast. I don't know how effective it is, but it was going pretty fast back and forth. I just, you get lucky with when you press pre-order, it checks the server. So between step 2 and 3, it's the server requests the target, and it depends on target. So it doesn't matter on speed as long as you get it the correct time. Speed, you kind of DDoS. Step 4, decline. Theoretically, all this will go through if you're logged in. There's no stopping when you're not logged in, stopping it to log in. But, I haven't tested that 100%. I was doing a lot of writing. So you got all the functions. Step 7 is where you start at the move for later. Start at the save for later, move to cart. You got the same logic I went over last video. Just gonna skip past over that. And this is the lap function with the while. It looks much nicer. I don't like having if statements in one line, but in this instance, it looks nice. So actually, I got to go over step 18 and 19. So I updated that, step 18. So like when you go to step 7, sorry, I'm not going to demonstrate this because I don't have an account with fake data. If you give me an account with fake data, I'll test it and show you a demonstration video. But in the meantime, step 7, you're logged in, you're in the cart page, you click add to cart from the move to later section, and then step 8 does the error check. If it doesn't error, and if it does item available, and if it lets you click the checkout button, I tested this time, it works. It's just the shorter wait, it's 4 seconds, so you got that 4-second delay. You're going to be able to toggle the short delay here if you want. I think lowest maybe 2 seconds, maybe. I mean, later on I could write it even more advanced where like it doesn't get stuck. But like at the moment, it'll proceed. It's just a short delay. What I mean by getting stuck is, I don't want to get into it right now, but theoretically, but I'll put that aside. Um, sorry. Step 9. So let's say you're in the cart, you hit add the cart button from from the save for later section. You hit add the cart and it doesn't error. Then it hit checkout. Then it skips to step 18. So this is what I wanted to show you before I got all confused there. Step 18, 19. I tried to put it so that it'll look for the credit card, but if the credit card isn't there, then it'll skip from 18 and go to 20, the security code. But if credit card is there, then it'll go step the credit card, verify, then security, then complete. And I have that complete button grayed out because I haven't actually wanted to complete an order myself. But yeah, I try to get it a little more smart. So here's the lap. It does all these steps. It's the same as before, but a little better, a little neater. Got the update to the credit card as I should have showed you. The sound, I try to do its own function. The sound would be based on the current step. Current step is global now. And there's an update I did to step 8 here, where I was missing in the last video. This right here. If it is available, then don't sleep. Then click past and go to the checkout page, which I tested and it worked. And I also tested step 18 with the credit card and it worked. But I wasn't able to I wasn't able to test step 20, 21, 20, and yeah, the last automation wise, but theoretically it should work with this code. So the sound and the loop. The loop I did more updates on. Step 8, you know, I showed you last time. Step 20 is the one second. Oh, I gotta do step 18. Good thing I'm doing this video. This statement right here is a little bit messy, but step equal 18. So if you're 18, I'll just make this look nicer. But if you're 18, this is what I was also working on today. I was working on today step 2 and 18. So 18, it was when you're on the credit card. If you don't find the credit card, then you got to skip past 2 steps because there's going to be no verified security, or there's going to be no verified credit card button. You skip straight to security. But also step 2 I was working on is getting what I showed you earlier, clicking the pre-order button and doing the error unavailable. There's 2 different pre-order errors or something like that. But anyways, before I get even more, oh, sorry, there's even more. So after that, the start ignition button. This is what happens when you press start, of course. It gives you a little warning. It says you have 15 seconds to log in before automation starts. It initially starts going to target.com, but the URL changes dependent on where you set the, if you set the pre-order page to PlayStation 5 digital headset, or if you go to the save for later section in the cart, that URL will change later. This is where the wait, shorter wait, and short wait grabs the text to the setting that you do in the GUI. And yeah, it starts at the page. If you're starting at the save for later, it starts at step 7 and goes to the cart by itself. So all you have to do is just log in when it starts. And action, this is what happens when you press the start button. It calls that and disabled code. So to summarize, I worked on the initial steps of adding the cart, the pre-order button. Sorry, I mean I worked on the pre-order button adding to the cart initially, as well as I worked on the save or later section when you hit add to cart. If the checkout button displays, then click it, which I got working. It's just a little delay. You're able to toggle the delay length, as well as the final steps of the checkout. If the credit card's there, do it. If the credit card's not there, then go to see security. The only thing is there's going to be little delays. So let me get to the GUI, get rid of this NetBeans. Okay, here's the GUI when you start the program. It's no longer just going to start the Chrome driver by itself. It's going to start this GUI. It's going to give you these settings you're able to change. The wait is the delay between the average, like when you're on the save for later section and you hit add to cart and it's unavailable, how long the delay will be to refresh. And this will also be the delay of the page refresh when the pre-order button is not found if you start on the pre-order page on step 0. The short wait is for the credit card. No, the short wait is for step 8 when you're on the unavailable, looking for the unavailable. You could have it shorter because this will be the delay that between the unavailable not there and clicking the proceed to checkout button. The shorter wait I had to find. I was setting to do the look for the credit card on the checkout page. But I ended up reverting it to short wait 4 seconds. Shorter wait, I don't even know. But the sleep length, well, it looks like I'm confusing myself here because the sleep length is actually the delay in time between the page refresh on the save for later section. The wait, actually, I'm sorry if you're still here, the wait is actually for how long it looks for something. I'm sorry. The sleep length is what I originally said. The sleep length is the move for later section. It doesn't find it. Then how long between it waits there on the page. Then it will refresh. I'm sorry. So the wait is how long it looks for an element. So like it looks for the short wait is look for the error unavailable. The wait is for like look for the add to cart button. Look for But okay, so the credit card here is so just in case you have to enter the credit card, you put it into here, and it's password field. So it takes it from here and puts it in the credit card field, and same thing with the security code. Grabs it from here and puts it in the security. And these drop downs initially set to add the cart. But you could change it to start at the pre-order. And if you do that, it'll give you a little display saying choose which item. And then you could choose which page you want to try to get the pre-order. And URL setting only applies if starting at pre-order. Because if you add the cart button, it'll get rid of the page. So yeah, you press start. Gives you a little warning. You have 15 seconds to log in before automation starts. Yeah, I don't want to demonstrate because I don't have a dummy account, but basically the same as the last videos, just enhanced, more user friendly. Um, yeah, cool.